Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. So, as you may know, the KORG KRONOS has been discontinued and replaced with this, the KORG Nautilus. Let's sort out what is fact, what is speculation, and I'll share my thoughts. Okay, we can confirm that the KORG KRONOS, which is Korg's flagship workstation synthesizer, is indeed discontinued. It says so on Wikipedia, and also it's been removed from the KORG website. Their most high-end premium workstation synthesizer at the moment is the KORG Nautilus. This week, KORG released two new models of the Nautilus, imaginatively named the Nautilus AT, AT standing for Aftertouch. Now, many people considered that for a $2,000 workstation synthesizer keyboard, it should have had Aftertouch from the very beginning, but it didn't, and that made many people mad. But now we have a choice. You can, if you wish, buy the Nautilus AT model, but at a premium of $300 or $400. You can even upgrade your existing Nautilus to the AT spec with a new keybed and a new set of programs and patches to take advantage of the Aftertouch feature. That will also set you back about $400 or $500. I mean, it's great to have choice, but again, a little bit weird that we didn't get Aftertouch in the beginning, and even more strange, now there are 5 models in the Nautilus lineup. We have the original 61, 73, might be 76, let's say 73. And the 88, that's 3. In addition to those, we now have the 61 AT, but strangely no 73 AT. But there's an 88 AT with Aftertouch. So that's 5 different models in the range. This must be a logistical nightmare for KORG and the retailers to keep all of those in stock. I wouldn't be surprised, here's my prediction, that the original 3 models will shortly be discontinued, the 61, the 73 and the 88, and the only 2 models available will be the 61 AT and the 88 AT. You heard it here first. The next point is pure speculation. A lot of people on the internet are claiming and stating that the successor to the KRONOS is the Nautilus. KORG will not be releasing a new KRONOS model, but in fact the Nautilus is the new flagship synthesizer. Let's talk about that. Firstly, pure speculation. There has been no official word from KORG about this, but here's my thoughts anyway. The Nautilus, it's wobbling, which is annoying me. There we go. The Nautilus has the exact same sound engines, all of these 9 sound engines that you get on the original KRONOS. So it sounds exactly the same. You do lack the Karma engine, but everything else is identical. Let's see if I can, from memory, name these 9 sound engines. I might not get the nomenclature correct, but let's have a go. There's an SGX piano model. There's an electric piano model, I don't remember the name. There is their sample-based model, I think they call it HD1, just your Rompler stuff. There is an MS-20, there is a Poly 6, I think that's 6, yeah. There is a FM synthesis engine, there is a physical modeling engine that simulates plucked strings, and I think the last one is a generic virtual analog synthesizer model. Yeah, I think that's all of them, but I lost count halfway through. Remember, the Nautilus comes in a lot cheaper than the KRONOS used to be. This is a $2,000 keyboard, whereas the 61-note KRONOS would have set you back about $3,000 or $4,000, so significantly more money. So why is this so much cheaper than the KRONOS? Well, they did make some cutbacks to keep the price lower and make this a mid-range keyboard. I consider the Nautilus a mid-range synthesizer workstation, not a flagship workstation. That's just based on the price. This is $2,000, the KRONOS was $3,000 or $4,000. If you compare to other brands, the Roland have their Phantom Zero for about $1,500. and they have the flagship Phantom for $4,000. Same with Yamaha, they have the Modi X for about $1,500, $2,000, and then they have the flagship Montage, which costs at least twice as much. For the Nautilus, we have this mid-range model at $2,000, but currently there is no flagship model at around the $3,000 or $4,000 dollar price point, which I think is a shame. I mean, that's a lot of money, but there are people that are prepared to pay for these premium instruments, and currently Korg have nothing in that price range or with those features. So you might be wondering then, what exactly are the differentiating features between this and the old flagship Kronos? Okay, this is a bit awkward, but let's have a go. So the main thing, the obvious difference, is the stripped down control panel. Korg basically removed the majority of all the buttons, the faders and the knobs that you get on the Kronos. And instead, they are asking us to use the touchscreen instead. A lot of the controls have been moved over to virtual controls here on the touchscreen. They have left us 6 knobs here and the dynamics knob that I never use. These knobs are quite small and have this strange feature where you can click them in as well. Some people seem to think that that's so that they don't get damaged in transport. This is not true. If you look at the joystick here, there's no way to pop that in, and that's going to get damaged first. If you can see that, whoops. No, Korg say themselves, this is to prevent you accidentally changing a parameter that you didn't intend to change. So you push in the buttons for the parameters that you don't want to change. It's all very strange. I don't really get it, to be honest. Oh, let's try this angle. The other difference, the main difference I think between this and the Kronos is that the screen here is much smaller than you get on the Kronos. The Kronos had a really big square touchscreen. This is more like a 16:9 ratio and a lot smaller, making some of the controls a bit hard to access with your finger. And for me anyway, some of the fonts are really small and hard to read. I think that's a bit of a shame. If you're going to make a synthesizer where you remove the front panel controls and instead use the screen, then you don't really want to be cutting any corners on the screen. So yeah, a little bit of a disappointment perhaps. But as far as I can think of, that's really about it. That's the only differences between this and the old flagship Kronos. And for me, I would say this represents fantastic value for money. You're getting all of the sounds of the Kronos, minus the Karma engine, for at least half the price. I mean, I've seen this go on sale for $1,500. That's an amazing bargain. Another thing to mention here, this does not feel like a mid-range budget synthesizer in any way. It's all made of metal. It's absolutely fabulous. You saw the design of the back panel here. And to the touch, it's all cool metal. It's really nice. Got this nice design here. So it feels very much like a premium flagship keyboard, actually. It's certainly a step above instruments like the Modi X and the Roland Phantom Zero series. But is this the replacement to the Kronos? I don't know. I really don't think so, actually. The Kronos has been hugely popular for Korg. A lot of professional touring acts rely on them, and I'd be really surprised if this $2,000 keyboard becomes the new flagship Korg synthesizer workstation. I don't have any inside information, guys. I'm just speculating, but I'm pretty sure that they have a replacement for the Kronos on the horizon. What do you guys think? Are you sad to see the end of the Kronos? Do you think the Nautilus is a worthy replacement? What do you think about this bizarre launch of the Nautilus AT? Do let us know in the comments. And if by any chance somebody from Korg happens to stumble across and watch this video, I'd love to try out the new Kronos. If you have one coming, let me know. I'd be quite happy to borrow one and make a few demonstration videos. Yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. We can always hope. Until then, I'll see you next time. Cheerio.